everyone. So nice to see all of you. My name is Huda, and I am UX/UI designer, software developer, and I'm working now as a TA at Recoded, or UX/UI TA as Recoded. And we are going today to talk about something that I really love, which is empathy. So, how to become an empathetic UX designer. Let's start actually with the human surroundings interaction. Okay, our logical thinking and also our critical thinking help us as humans a lot to build everything, to build this complicated world, and also to build civilizations, and also help us to survive until this moment. But on the other hand, actually, emotions is so important. Actually, we're using our emotions to build or to make sense about everything surrounded by us. Like, for example, we always feel happy, we feel sad, we feel bad, we feel angry. And sometimes we are actually doing some things or things based on our emotions. For example, we buy something because this thing makes us feel so happy. We're working because we want to buy something, and this thing actually makes us so satisfied. So humans are driven by emotions. Building experiences based on our emotions is our way to build the reality around us and to build interact with our surrounding. Okay. We are so very social creatures. So how about like human interactions? Can I have some emotions based on the emotion of somebody else? The question here is yes, we can have, but there's different capacities to share in these feelings of the others. What I meant right now here is like we can actually interact we can actually interact with the emotions of somebody else, but there's difference of capacity while doing this. Let's start with something called sympathy. Sympathy actually meaning or literally means like when we said for someone like I feel it for you. When you have some feelings for somebody else, this is actually called sympathy. Let's have a scenario. Imagine you are actually a student at a school, and your friend actually get bullied. When you actually said for him or for them in general, I feel for you. I know this is bad. So actually the thing that you're doing here is sympathy. If you want to do something else, and which is called empathy, we can say actually something like I feel with you. So if you have some feeling about somebody else and you know that they're actually moving in something, but at the same time actually you share with them the same emotions, the thing that you are going to do here is called empathy. So basically empathy is mean I feel with you. Let's go back again to our scenario. In this case, but like your friend get bullied, you can say something like, I feel with you. I feel this is so bad. I hate it. I can understand how much it was a bad experience. The thing that you did here was called empathy. Let's dive into something else, which is called compassion. Compassion, basically, you have sympathy for someone because actually you know they are going through something and you have feeling, and you also empathizing with that person because you share with them the same feelings. But in addition, actually, to be compassionate with someone, actually, you in addition to sympathy and empathy, you're gonna do something called or you're gonna do actually an action. This feelings actually moved you to do something. For example, if your friends actually get bullied, maybe you can talk with your teacher about it, and you're gonna share this with your teacher, like, hey, my friend get bullied, can you help us? Or maybe you can talk, or actually maybe you can share this with your parents. It's very important to distinguish between empathy and sympathy in general, and especially when it comes to UX design, because a lot of people cannot distinguish between them. They're too similar. They're actually, both of them when you have like feelings for somebody else, but actually, or you feel because of somebody else. But in sympathy, actually, it's not necessary actually to share with them the same feelings. But in empathy, you actually share with them the same exact feelings. So empathy is the ability to understand the emotions of somebody else and putting yourself in their shoes. But empathy, you are actually identifying the feelings of somebody else, but it's not necessary for you to share with them the same emotions. Okay, now I know it's so hard to understand empathy, and actually people need years to understand empathy. But what about like taking an example to understand more what's the meaning of empathy? Before that, I will stop my screen and I will check on you all if you can give me some reactions about if you got the idea of empathy and sympathy or not. Like a thumbs up. Okay, cool. We will actually do more to understand what's the meaning of empathy and sympathy. Now I will share with you an example from the real world, which is actually a song. Actually, song's a great way or to share emotions, and also we actually easily get empathetic or empathize with the singer. So I will share I will share now the sound or the song, but I will ask you after this to answer two questions. The first question is, what was the topic of the song? The second question will be how you felt after listening to the song. For now, actually, I need you only to listen. Okay. I will just share the sound right now. Okay. Just you can close your eyes and just listen to the song.
书里走那些到西出望外的傍晚，骑的单车，还有他和她的对谈。女孩的白色衣裳，男孩爱看她穿。好多桥段，好多的浪漫，好多人心酸，好聚好散。好多天都看不完。刚才吻了你一下，你也喜欢对吗？不然怎么一直牵我的手不放？你说你好想带我回去你的家乡。绿瓦红砖柳树和青苔，过去和现在都一个样。你说你也会这样，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的亲密，慢慢聊自己，慢慢和你走在一起，慢慢我想配合你，慢慢把我给你，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的回忆，慢慢的陪你，慢慢的老去，因为慢慢是个最好的原因。
Okay, cool. Now I want someone to raise their hands and to tell me how they felt after listening to that song. Yeah, it's calm and romantic, yeah. You know, brave people? The brave people actually here? Yeah, actually, Abdul Hadi.
Gonna do unmute.
Hi.
Hi,
Yeah.
how are you? My name is Abdul Hadi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm just gonna share my ideas about the song, what I felt during the song. So basically, I didn't understand anything, but his song, it's a very deep. It's like look like someone who's remembering his past, or missing someone, or missing some moment in his past, and he's sad for that moment, and he hope that this moment will happen again. It's basically this is a romantic, a little bit of piano used inside this like a song. So it's a purely came from deep soul, like a deep area inside the soul. That's what I felt, and it touched my soul basically.
Great, thank you.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, you are welcome.
Thank you, Abdul Hadi. Anybody else wants to share? No one? Okay. Omar? Yeah.
A song from the mother to her child.
Wow.
That's
cool. Great. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about this song, Abdullah. So next time, actually, we're going to talk. Maybe we can share as well about opinion about the song. I will share my screen again to tell you. Okay, I cannot find it. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what happened right now, actually, what we did right now, it was not empathy at all. What we did actually was sympathy, because we had some feelings about the song. It was a great song and we got a lot of great emotions, but we couldn't actually understand it. So that's exactly what's the meaning of sympathy. It's not empathy at all. The reason behind it, we actually were speaking different languages. We cannot understand what she was saying. But on the other hand, we can feel something. We know she's going through something as well, but we couldn't understand her. But we had our own, let's say, feelings. So this is exactly what's the meaning of sympathy. Okay, let's do it again. Let's give it another try, let's say. I will share my screen again as well. Not screen. Well, this time share something else. Just give me a moment. There's a lot of things that I need to share right now. So okay. 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 Send this time again.
书里走那些到喜出望外的傍晚，骑的单车，还有他和她的对谈。女孩的白色衣裳，男孩爱看她穿。好多桥段，好多的浪漫，好多人心酸，好聚好散。好多天都看不完。刚才问了你一下，你也喜欢对吗？不然怎么一直牵我的手不放？你说你好想带我回去你的家乡。绿瓦红砖柳树和青苔，过去和现在都一个样。 你说你也会这样，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的亲密，慢慢聊自己，慢慢和你走在一起，慢慢我想配合你，慢慢把我给你，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的回忆，慢慢的陪你，慢慢的老去，因为慢慢是个最好的原因。晚餐后的甜点就点你喜欢的吧，今晚就换你去床的右边睡吧。这次旅行我还想去上次的沙滩，球鞋、手表、袜子和衬衫都已经烫好，放行李箱，早上等着你起床。慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的亲密，慢慢聊自己，慢慢和你走在一起，慢慢我想配合你，慢慢把我给你，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的回忆，慢慢的陪你，慢慢的老去，因为慢慢是个最好的原因。
Okay, cool. Now I want you all to answer the same two questions. How you felt after listening and now with seeing the video. And also I want to hear from some of you, what was the topic of the song? Can someone raise their hand? Amar, you want to join a game or Abdelhadi? No? No one?
Yeah, basically, I didn't understand really too much of the topic.
Yeah.
When I listened to the song, maybe I felt that I understand much more than when I saw the video. For me, it's like this. So basically, there was a girl which remembering the past, or maybe there was a meeting with her boyfriend or something. But that's what I understand that basically. About the topic. I didn't understand that much from the video.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Actually, Amar, you want to share?
I'm in that gray spot of emotions.
Okay, so the song is all about love and family, about two generations, maybe about getting married, and I think it's all about something like, let's say, growing old with somebody else. I think I just discovered, I think that was actually the topic of the song. I don't know. I still cannot understand her. But let's just actually go back again to our presentation. Okay. So now what happened? Okay. So now what happened was we actually observed the person or the singer. Actually, observation is the first level, let's say, of empathy, when you're actually looking at something, but still that was not the whole story. There's a lot of missing pieces because we couldn't actually understand the singer, but it's actually give us a little bit some ideas about what was going on with them. At least we actually discovered that it was a love story song or something. So it's observation is the first, let's say, level of empathy, but actually we need more. We need actually to do more empathizing with our singer. So let's give it a last try. I will share this song again with you. I know I shared this song a lot, but I just want to make a point here. Okay, I will share now this song again. Okay.
书里走那些到喜出望外的傍晚，骑的单车，还有他和她的对谈。女孩的白色衣裳，男孩爱看她穿。好多桥段，好多的浪漫，好多人心酸，好聚好散。好多天都看不完。刚才问了你一下，你也喜欢对吗？不然怎么一直牵我的手不放？你说你好想带我回去你的家乡。渔娃红砖柳树和青苔，过去和现在都一个样。你说你也会这样，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的亲密，慢慢聊自己，慢慢和你走在一起，慢慢我想配合你，慢慢把我给你，慢慢喜欢你，慢慢的回忆，慢慢的陪你，慢慢的老去，因为慢慢是个最好的原因。
I'm sorry, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Now I will ask the same question again. How you felt after listening to that song, and what was the topic of the song? Anybody want to share? Amma, you want to share?
Growing up together.
Yeah, exactly. Abdul Hadi?
Yeah, basically, but like after this video, I understand everything. She's speaking about her journey with her husband or like her partner, how they grow up together and how everything. Maybe he's died right now because she's her voice is pretty sad. So she's speaking how she grew up, how they love each other, how they passed the bad circumstances together. And there's explaining on different ages how like how beautiful the journey was and how missing it. That's what basically I understood from the
Yeah, great. Actually, you're right. You're totally right. Okay, so do you think that was empathy or what?
I basically it's a no, it's a kind of still now it's the sympathy, not the empathy.
Okay. What happened now or recently? What we did actually, we start empathizing with our singer. Why? Because now we can understand what she's going on and what's her feelings. And actually, it was super easy to understand her feelings and putting ourselves in her shoes. What happened? Because actually we listened. We now can understand what's going on with her, now we can speak the same languages. It's basically the same thing actually when you empathize with somebody else. Basically, we know they are going through something, but this time actually we can understand what their feelings, and this is basically empathy. So, okay, this is level 2 of empathy. We want more. Actually, yes, we can do more of empathy by, let's say, asking the person or asking our singer to speak more, to share more, actually. Can you tell me more? It's a great question to empathize with people. This question is so magical that actually this question will lead them to speak and share a lot. And actually, people really love to share a lot. So when they're gonna to share a lot, we're gonna empathize with them more when we're gonna learn more about their problem. What was that? Who's drawing on my... Okay, what's happening right now? No problem. Okay, so level 4 of let's say empathizing is I feel you. I feel you, or I can understand you, is a great word to say for people to understand their feelings and to empathize more and more with them. It's a great thing actually to share with people, because empathy is not one-sided relationship. It's two-sided relationship actually. I have a feeling for somebody, I have a feeling, or I share the same feelings with somebody else. So it's a two-sided relationship. So actually we need to share with them that we can understand them and we are listening to them and we can feel with them. Okay, this is cool actually, but I guess you all came here because you heard the word UX, and you all need to know more about UX. So why I'm sharing Chinese songs or something like this, or just focusing only on empathy? Okay, well, I will speak right now about how we can empathize, or how we can do empathize in the UX process. Actually, there's a lot of things one can do, or there's a lot of parts in the UX process when we can empathize with our users. Let's start with observation. Actually, a lot of designers think observation is the last thing we can do when you actually build your, let's say, your app or your product. But observation is a great thing to do in the user research. Is a cool way to understand a little bit about our users. So basically, we're gonna ask our users or potential users to do a normal task and to observe how they actually doing this task. How we can actually to be more empathetic during observation, we can actually do your best to make them feel more comfortable, because I am a person, I feel so confused when I'm doing something and being watched by somebody else. So making them comfortable is something very good to do during this step, let's say. Another thing, or another tip to do during this part of empathizing, let's say, is search for possible users and where you can find them. So basically, if you want to fix a problem for people living in Uganda, you have to go there and to observe them. You cannot actually observe people living in USA. It's different. So you have to go where your users actually live, or where actually you can find them. Okay, so the data that we can receive from observation is not that much, but will give us actually a good idea about what's going on. It looks like when we actually watch the video clip, we get a little bit of the idea of the song, but still there's a lot of information that we need to understand the whole topic or the big picture of the song. Another way to empathize with the users is user interviews. User interviews is a great tool to empathize with the users. It's basically writing some questions about your problem, and to ask these questions, ask your users these questions. You're gonna get a lot of information, a lot of great actually, or qualitative information from these interviews. And will help you a lot to understand the needs of the users. But how you can be more empathetic during this process? Actually, you need to be a good listener. You need to understand them, what they are saying, and to pay attention to your users. And for example, if you want to write some notes during the interview, actually you can ask somebody else to write the notes, and you only need to focus on the interviewee and to listen carefully for them. Okay. Another thing that you can do during this to be more empathetic is to make the interview feel comfortable. Again, a lot of people are afraid to share their emotions. A lot of people are afraid to share their needs or their problems. So making the interview comfortable is a good thing or important thing to do during the interview. Telling them that they can stop whenever they want, or telling them they can skip any question is something that's very important to share with them during the interview or before the starting of the interview. Explain the purpose of the interview actually is a good thing to do. For example, telling them why they are doing this interview and what is the purpose of doing this interview as well. It's actually something that gonna help them to be more comfortable and to be more open during the interview. Asking follow-up questions like, tell me more. Can I know why? I would love to hear more from you. Why you did this? This is actually great questions to get more information from the users. Be open-minded. Actually, being open-minded is very, very important during the interview because you're going to listen to a lot of new things and you're going to get inspired a lot from your users. So actually being open-minded is something that you really need to do during the interview. Another way to empathize with your users actually is surveys. Surveys is actually a bunch of questions that you share, let's say on media or whatever you want, and you're gonna ask your users to fill it. It's actually a good way also to receive a lot of qualitative data, but it's not that good. Like it's not that good enough. Like let's say the user interviews. But it's also so good to give to have more ideas about the needs of their users. Again, what to do during this part of the process to be more empathetic with your users. For example, you can ask a question to know what the user really needs, not what the user wants. Like, for example, you don't have to say, for example, you're going to use my product or not. This is actually so direct, and nobody knows if they're going to use your product or not. So ask a question that directly connected with the needs of your users. Another tip to do actually is think about your users when they're going to fill the survey. Ask yourself, it is too long? It's clear enough? So actually, it's a good thing to do during this part to make sure that your users are actually very comfortable to filling the survey. Okay, another thing to do is an empathy map. Empathy map, basically, after doing, let's say, your interviews, you're going to have a lot of information, a lot of qualitative information. And basically, you need to simplify these informations or to analyze these informations. Actually, empathy map gives us this chance to let's say, simplify these informations by actually making a template. Basically, a template, we can actually make a cross like this and separate the information that we got from that interview to 4 categories: what the user says, what the user does, what the user thinks, and what they feel. Okay, so let's have an example about this empathy map. As you can see here, our persona here is a worker, and during the pandemic. So, like, basically, when she used to say during the pandemic, and when she actually needs to like, for example, she needs to join some Zoom calls, like maybe she will say something like, what do I ever wear during Zoom meetings? This is actually something that we all says all the time through the pandemic. Maybe actually she can do something or when it comes to does, which means literally the task that she is doing during that period of time. She, for example, she's keep tracking on the news, let's say, to know what more information about the pandemic. Also feels it's a good thing to add to our empathy map. Basically, it's all about emotions, like how she felt during the pandemic. We all feel sad and lonely, and so actually, and she also feel the same way. I think actually things or basically it's what actually she feelings in her mind, or what's the thoughts in her mind. And for example, she is thinking of the pandemic, she is thinking of how it will end or something like this. So I want now to check on you all. Are you good? And did you got the idea of what's
Huda, I think you're cutting out. I think your connection is a little unstable. We didn't hear what you said. Did she just leave the meeting? No, she's still here. Huda.
Sorry. Hi, my internet.
Hey.
Sorry. Okay, so I think that you all have a clear idea about what's the meaning of empathy map. And now we are going to do something or an exercise about building an empathy map. I will share with you a video again. And for now, actually, the only thing that you need to do is to watch the video carefully, okay? Give me a thumbs up if it's okay. Okay, cool. Let's share my screen.
Hey, Darby.
Yeah,
How's it
hey.
going?
It's going.
You look really tired.
I'm exhausted.
Perfect. Oh, I mean, I don't mean to say that, but I'm actually working on a project
Okay.
to help people create better morning experiences for people. So would you be okay if I interviewed you for like a couple minutes?
Yeah, it's totally good.
Sweet. So why are you tired?
I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Why was that?
I went to bed pretty late and I got up really early this morning.
What, do you usually go to bed late? Or?
It depends, but sorry. I had a project last night, so I was finishing that up, but got to bed pretty late and then got up early.
So how would you describe your typical sleep experience? Is it like generally good or?
I think it really varies. I think I go to bed at like a pretty consistent time, other than when I have projects or assignments, and then I go to bed pretty late because I procrastinate. And then I don't have to wake up too early for classes usually, but then some days I wake up really early.
Why is that? Is it?
So my roommate is an athlete. She's a cross-country runner. So when she gets up to go to practice, it wakes me up.
Oh, really? So what is it? Is it the shuffling or?
No, it's her alarm. So she sets her alarm, but then she snoozes it, and so every 5 minutes over the course of like half an hour, her alarm goes off. And so it's just a really loud ringing, and I'm a light sleeper, so it definitely wakes me up at around like 6:30 in the morning.
Got it. All right, I think that gives me a lot to work with. Thank you so much.
Cool.
I'm gonna let you go back
Yeah,
to sleep.
I'm going back to sleep.
All right, thank you.
You're muted again.
Okay. Just Oh, okay, sorry. I will now share with you a link. I want you all to open the link I will share it in the chat right now. Okay. I want you now all to open this link. Okay, I can see some of you actually. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Now, I will ask you to listen again to the video. But this time, what I need from you actually to focus on what she felt or what she usually feels during the morning. Okay? After that, we're going to fill the Euroboard, or let's say the empathy map on the Euroboard, and I will show you how to do it. But for now, actually, we're gonna only see the video again and to focus on her feelings. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you feel good. Okay, cool. I will share my screen again. Okay, again, one more time. Focus on her feelings only. And after that, we are actually gonna to understand how to fold the neural board or how to fold the empathy map.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going.
You look really tired.
I'm exhausted.
Perfect. Oh, I mean, I don't mean to say that, but I'm actually working on a project
Okay.
to help people create better morning experiences for people. So would you be okay if I interviewed you for like a couple minutes?
Yeah, it's totally good.
Sweet. So why are you tired?
I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Why was that?
I went to bed pretty late and I got up really early this morning.
What, do you usually go to bed late? Or?
It depends, but sorry. I had a project last night, so I was finishing that up, but got to bed pretty late and then got up early.
So how would you describe your typical sleep experience? Is it like generally good or?
I think it really varies. I think I go to bed at like a pretty consistent time, other than when I have projects or assignments, and then I go to bed pretty late because I procrastinate. And then I don't have to wake up too early for classes usually, but then some days I wake up really early.
Why is that?
So my roommate is an athlete. She's a cross-country runner. So when she gets up to go to practice, it wakes me up.
Oh, really? So what is it the shuffling or?
No, it's her alarm. So she sets her alarm, but then she snoozes it. And so every 5 minutes over the course of like half an hour, her alarm goes off. And so it's just a really loud ringing, and I'm a light sleeper. So it definitely wakes me up at around like 6:30 in the morning.
Got it. All right, I think that gives me a lot to work with. Thank you so much.
Cool.
I'm going to let you go back to sleep.
I'm going back to sleep.
All right.
Okay, now I will share my screen and to show to you all how we're gonna build an empathy map together. What I mean actually, and what I also mean by saying what she feels. Okay. Okay, now I can see some of you here. I will go here now on the fields to write what she was feeling during the morning. Actually, she actually shared a little bit of her feelings during the interview. Now, actually, we want to detect her feelings by writing here in this part what she was feeling during the morning or during the day because of her morning routine. You can actually go here on the left, and you can actually pick a stick and a stick note, and you can write your answer on it. So I would love to see you all writing something here. For example, I will say tired. Okay, cool. Low energy, cool, exhausted. Cool. Didn't get enough sleep, yeah. Okay, cool. Sleepy, yeah. Depressed. Okay, yeah, cool. Now I want you to go again and let's just move to what she was thinking during the morning. What do you think? What she was thinking during the morning? I think she was actually thinking about her assignments, let's say. Maybe, yeah, why not? I would love to hear more from you. I will write thinking about my assignment. About sleep. Mm. Miss early class, okay, about her friends and knowing about. Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. I think this is actually so cool. What about jumping to what she said during the interview? I think she said that something about her friends. She has a roommate, or she didn't have enough sleep. Or maybe her friend actually affected on her daily routine or the morning routine. She's a light sleeper, yeah. Okay, cool. I think we got a lot of information here. This sounds so cool. Let's jump now to does. What she usually do during the morning, or she does during the morning. Mm-hmm. I think this is super challenging because I cannot understand what she was doing. Yeah. I would love to hear from you. Wake up early because of her friend. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, actually cool. I think you actually you all did a great job about filling this empathy map. And this is basically empathy map. It's super simple. It's basically when you have a lot of informations and when you need actually to simplify these informations, the only thing that you can do is use this tablet and just to do these categorizing things, and that's it. So now actually, I think that we don't have a lot of time, so I really want to open the space to the Q&A. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand if you have any question. No questions? Okay. So no questions? Okay. I have something to share if there's no questions, and it's all about why empathy is very important. I watched this video last night. Actually, I was falling in love with that video. So let me just share this video with you all. Okay. I think you are asking what the relationship between UX UI design, this video actually, this is literally what's the meaning of empathy. Empathy is all about understanding people. So do the UX design. UX design is all about solving the problems of somebody else, and we can actually solve a problem without understanding people deeply. So yeah, that's the reason actually this video explained a lot why empathy is very, very important, and why especially with UX design. And thank you so much, and I will pass it now to Hala.